All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It's Thursday, Thirsty Thursday. For those of you who are thirsty, it is Thursday. Brought to you by The Thirsty. You guys having a good week so far? I know we are here in the cave. You got my brother on Monday, you got Alice in Chains on Tuesday, and you got yesterday a little bit of Public Image Limited. And yesterday I said, there's some bands out there that could fit into Wanderlust Wednesday, but maybe not. This is one of those today, and we're talking about the band The Pixies, someone we have not covered yet here in the cave. And I'm starting off with a disclaimer, because The Pixies, if you don't know who they are, they've got a cult-like following. They have achieved mythical status as a perfect band and unparalleled live band. That's true. So there are fans out there that are going to go be like, Mark, you don't know what you're talking about. You didn't say this. You didn't say that. You didn't mention this song. You didn't mention that album. I'm telling you, I am not all in on the Pixies. In that, I'm familiar with a handful of their songs and I like them. And so I can't speak to a lot of it. But I'm sure there's people out there who can, and I welcome the comments below. Whew. Said that. All right, Boston band. Like I said, Joey Santiago's a guitar player. Black Francis, of course, not his real name. They get together. They meet at UMass Amherst, not far from here. And they basically are kicking around, doing their stuff. Black Francis goes to Jamaica, comes back, they drop out of UMass, and they move to Boston. They put out an ad in the paper, like so many do, look for a bass player. One person responded to the bass player ad, and that was Kim Deal, right? Kim Deal. And she showed up without a bass and didn't know how to play the bass. So she, of course, was hired and figured it out. Never had one lesson. And she had a sister, Kelly, invited her to come and be the drummer. The sister did, but she was not really interested. Later, fast forward, the two of them in late 80s formed the band The Breeders. Remember the song in 93, Cannonball? That's them. Also with some members of Throwing Muses, who they were friends with and they toured with a lot as the Pixies. They were, and then stuff, they could interchangeable with some of the band members after that. But they got their demo out in 97. That went out well, so they're like, we need a record. By 88, they put out Surfer Rosa, and that song was Album of the Year for Melody Maker and another publication, and things were off and running. By 89, they were just turning out music. They put out Doolittle. That's when I heard it. It's a little more polished, a little more interesting. We'll get back to their songs in a minute. Went to number 98. There was a couple singles in the top 10 modern rock tracks. But by 89, Deal and Francis are fighting, arguing. There was a guitar throwing incident. They're struggling. In 90, the band picks up and moves to LA, except for Kim Deal, that they managed to squeak out another album, Bossa Nova. That had two singles on it, Valoria and Dig for Fire. But 91, Trompe Le Monde is their last album. And they had a song called UMass on there, which was like anti-college. But they broke up after touring, opening up for U2, the Zoo Tour. And they just barely made it through that. And Black Francis went solo, and he called himself Frank Black. And we sold a lot of those solo records at Music Outlet. And I didn't know who he was. I wasn't yet into the Pixies then, but the people who were fans were buying up his record. Why is this band important? It's like surf music, punk rock, modern rock. Basically, their legacy is that they are the originators, or like the people who brought forward this quiet, loud kind of music where the basically, it's hard to explain, right? Start, stop, timing. Some of the verses are quiet. The chorus is loud. A lot of bands started doing that, and it was basically grunge. So you'll find that a lot of grunge, alt-rock people adopted this style. Radiohead fans, The Strokes, Weezer, Alice in Chains even, U2, Bush, Nirvana. Kurt Cobain once said when he was writing Smells Like Teen Spirit, he said, I wanted to write a pop song, and I was trying to rip off the Pixies. That's a compliment right there. But people were freaks for their live show. I guess they would all wear all black, did not engage with the crowd, but would just put on awesome shows. The set list would change up. Their music that would just fit perfect for the live setting, and they just, again, huge following. Pixies. What else do I got to say about them? So I heard those songs. I kept saying, you gotta get Doolittle. So I heard Here Comes Your Man and Monkey Gone to Heaven. And Monkey Gone to Heaven, it must be awesome live. I'm sure the crowd gets into it. And those are the two songs that I really, really enjoy by them. Some other ones are Tame, Where's My Mind. That was on a soundtrack to Fight Club. Gouge Away, something like Gouge Away. Anyway, that's the best I can do on the Pixies. Again, I'm not an expert, but I thought they were an interesting band. And again, huge following. If you're a Pixies fan, I want to hear from you below. But song of the day is, it could be Here Comes Your Man. You still hear that all the time. But for me, it's Monkey Gone to Heaven. If you don't know Monkey Gone to Heaven, you're checking that out today. We'll put some of those other ones under there. But if you're a Pixies fan, again, I want to hear from you. Here on Thirsty Thursday, whatever you're doing today, throw some Pixies on, give it a listen, see what you think. And as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.